Have any questions, you put it down below. You can type it, and I'll answer it quickly as possible. All right, just want to get that out of the way. Basically, if you want to know what a sovereign citizen is, you could just do the research yourself, but I'm gonna narrow it down for you so you don't have to do the research. They try their best to use a lot of paperwork to try to convince you that they're above the law. Okay, that's all it is. They use a lot of paperwork. They don't understand what the current laws are. They're ignorant as hell, and they may be considered delusional. Okay, all right? When they get into the court of law, you know what I saw? What a judge did? The judge was like, who do you represent yourself as? And he said that's not me. I am an agent of this individual. My name is all capitals. That's not my name. I'm like, they're the same thing, isn't it? Isn't your all capitals meaning the same name, even if it's a lowercase? Even if your first name is capitalized with the capital in the front and your last name is capitalized with the first letter starting the beginning, is that the same name? Yes, because your mother gave it to you. That's how they label it on the goddamn your birth certificate. That little piece of thing. Okay. But of course, that's what a sovereign citizenship. Even Moorish people, they're very arrogant and very prideish. They don't feel the need to follow any laws. They go driving around without driver's license. When they get into court, they try to say that this secondary person is representing me, which is here, okay, which they don't realize. This one judge, right? He was like, what do you represent yourself as? And he said, hey, I represent myself as an agent for this person. I said, so I'm going to be charging you this person, not the person. Okay, what kind of shit is that? I am a man, he says, not a person. I'm like, what the? Isn't a man a person? Okay, that's crazy, right? Okay. I'm doing okay. It's just that whenever the weather changes, I get a little ill sometimes. It's weird, okay? Just one day it will be like 70 degrees and then shoot down to like 30 degrees or fucking 20 degrees. It's weird. Weird temperatures happen all of the time. But of course, like I said before, you don't want to be a sovereign citizen, okay? You don't want to be a sovereign citizen. People who live in collusion, are those who mess up the country. And they're usually born by single mother syndromes, all right? And I had this argument with this female telling me that, oh, it's just the man's fault. Why all these bastard boys, these bastard sons are being born? I said, no, it's the women's fault. The women have the power. Women have the power to choose what mate they sleep with, okay? Like my teeth. My teeth used to be really fucked up back in the days. I still was pulling women. I'm not a whoremonger. I just give them therapy. I talk to them. I get my knowledge from pimps, and the pimps told me certain things I should do, and even some Italians. So I kind of like keep it simple, keep it real. And as I said before, a lot of times you millennials, when you look at someone, you judge them and say they're alpha, and they're not alpha. That's sad. That's really sad, okay? And all of a sudden you want to go on the internet and see what alpha is or a sigma is, and then all of a sudden you can't be none of those things. You don't even know what an indigo is, an indigo child is. So you make assumptions, because most of you are what? Millennials, okay? You go in your emotions. You don't listen to your elders. And as I said before, I am a Gen X, so respect that, okay, all right? I'm talking about all but nothing but facts here. This is the only place you'll find it, okay? I'm also a shaman, I'm a father, and I'm very rare, okay? I'm one of the chosen ones, okay? I'm saying that on the internet. And they won't come after me, because I work for the dark side, all right? I don't like humans too much, okay? I don't like most most of you are parasites. Most of you are vampires. But anyway, I digress here. I love animals more than humans, right? So they ain't got nothing to fear with me. I just stay away from the world. And sometimes I encounter them and I say, hey, do what you got to do, okay? Because most of them, they don't know any better. They live that way because they don't like education. But like I said before, to be a sovereign citizen or even a Moorish, I encountered some Moorish people on the internet, very arrogant people. And you know the thing I said? I said that the Chinese people are more advanced than African people, no matter how way you look at it. So I'm kind of like wondering, this Moorish person came in and said, you don't know, you feeble-minded. What he called me? He called me a slave. He called me a slave, and I said, so the Moorish people must have sold blacks. Yeah. So I'm figuring out one thing. There was a woman king, okay? So I remember the movie, but I didn't watch the movie yet. They say it was a good movie, but I want to watch it. People say it was a terrible movie, and then some people say it was a good movie. It was based on a true story. But I don't know. I believe that actually possibly happened. Okay, you got to watch that now. Okay, there are some people who just have so much arrogance and pride. Okay, they just kind of forget about where their roots are. Okay, so I'm kind of like thinking, okay, why did he call me a slave monkey? Why would he call me an infidel if he's a Moor? So he must have sold black people. So I'm like, oh, you must have been one of those type of blacks that feel you're superior than all other kind of races. I'm like, yo, that's a great delusion. Collusion delusion. I'm like, yo, is that serious? Is that real? They say all these people who have this type of delusion are about 300,000 in America. I don't say, what the hell? So you got to be careful who you talk to, right? You guys got to be careful. And like I said before, this one guy, he wanted to get on my channel, and he was like, oh, you do. And he thought he was slick by talking negative underneath his voice and shit about me. And I was like, they're trolls, beta trolls. They ain't got nothing else to do except troll people. They don't talk about the positive a person has. They talk about the negative. When I tell people I got schizophrenia, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It doesn't mean I have delusion either. I just get paid for my special abilities. That's all. You guys, there's lots of people with bipolar syndrome. There's lots of people with PTSD. They don't get disability at all. But that doesn't make me sick, okay? I said it myself. I didn't even know what Social Security was, okay? But anyway, I digress here. How long have I been talking? I've been talking for 8 minutes. Anybody got any questions about sovereign citizenship now? I made it real sweet and simple for you, okay? And you know what I have to say to African people who believe that themselves as black? Please, leave the country. Stop calling yourself black. You're not completely 100% black. Not even white people are 100% white. All right? Stop doing that. Stop coming together. See, I do believe in individualism. After you achieve this goal to have individualism, not like a sovereign citizen or anything like that, not some sort of delusion, you start to come into gripes about intellectualism. You start to come into gripes about education. You try to understand the lands of the law of the land, okay, right? And then I say to you guys, I say, hey, stop getting together with these certain groups or these different cults. That's a waste of time. As soon as you get together, you're targeted. You are targeted. What land are you in so you can say you're empowered? You don't have any power. You're in the United States of America, the most diverse country of the world. The best thing to do is you can't defeat them. If you can't beat them, join them, right? Right? That's the best thing to do. And I'm pretty sure some of them have a heart too, right? Even though you may call them the devil, okay, right? But other than that, what else is there to say about that? When I talked to this guy, I said that you can't join my posse. You can't join my group. And you know how you join people and they undertone you. They say bad things about you. There's people like that all of the time, guys. People like that all of the time. Like I said before, no live unless you subscribe, okay? Because I can't have that trolling. And other than that, let me see. What else is there, okay? One thing I want you guys to understand. If you haven't had an alpha father, you are not going to understand what I'm saying. You're gonna actually talk bad about me. Because you guys don't do what I tell you what alpha guys really do. Alpha men. Most women do not like alphas. I have to repeat this. Because they're too orderly. They're too disciplined. They have structure in their life. After a period of time, the woman will get tired of the structure. Alright? Alphas only deal with virginity, polygyny, and where's the father. There's a whole lot of other things too. But I'm trying to tell you that's what they focus on. And any guy who's might focus on polygyny, which is the fact of a polygamous type of relationship, who's basically trying to look for multiple wives, is a beta. That's simple. You focusing on monogamous relationship? You're focused on monogamous relationship. That's not how you spread your seed, dog. That's not how you spread your seed. I'm still trying to look for my multiple wives, but that's a very hard thing to do. The one thing I did learn is that to bring a woman back, you will get money for it. Okay, you will get money. As I said before, I didn't make the mistake by bringing her back. She made an agreement with me. I told you before, I married my Ethiopian wife, who was basically a virgin, and I was a virgin too. And I'm not a pookie. I don't sleep around with women. As a matter of fact, if you want to think of like if I do that, I do fetish gigolo and stuff. You know I don't have sex with women without the strap on. Okay, the strap on. You know what a strap on is, guys? Okay, you should know what that is. I used to get paid for my services too, but I don't do that now because I'm a father and I traveled so much. But you know what? When I brought her back, my Holy Spirit told me, "You'll be rich. You'll be rich." And I said, "I don't think she's going to do that. I didn't think my Ethiopian wife would do that, even though she was a virgin and she had her father." Yeah. I gave her everything she needed. Okay, right? Now, I know there's some guys out there who be like, oh, no, you didn't. You was abuser. I don't give a fuck what you say. I gave her everything she needed. She was privileged, okay? And I told her, you're going to suffer, okay, if you don't go follow through with your word. And I know this guy was telling me, oh, in Ethiopia, they don't do polygyny. I said, I don't give a flying monkey's ass. I'm trying to bring your family into America. And she messed that thing up herself. I know magic spells. So her father died and sister's missing. I ain't got nothing to do with that. If I tell you I know magic, what does that mean to you? You should either stay away from me, or you shouldn't have nothing to fear because you're a good woman. Right? That's simple as that. I had this one female did come up to me in Ethiopia. She said, did you know magic? I think it's because of this. For some reason she asked me that. I didn't tell her that I know magic, okay? I'm born with the natural ability, okay? So I'm delusional. I'm fucking delusional. But you believe in Jesus. But anyway, as I brought her back into the country, she cursed herself. Okay? By trying to slip up and being lazy and trying to be clever by talking to the puppet heads, the NPCs, okay? I let her do it. I had to let her do it. I did warn her. I warned her for years. What do you think I wanted to do? Okay, what am I supposed to do? I'm just going to sit there and just look at it. I have no plan, like a lot of beta males do. A lot of beta males don't have a contingency plan. They don't have a backup. You guys got to start thinking of a backup plan. I'm telling you, if you bring a woman back from another country, she ain't going to know what the lanes of the law. She's not going to understand the technical babble, okay, from the justice system. You got to initiate shit just as a woman initiates shit. Even though they could be the biggest liars. It doesn't matter. You have to initiate stuff. So I got a divorce and I got the child support. I got primary custody of my daughters, yeah. And the beta trolls will always say, oh, I feel bad for their daughters again. You know, I don't see them. I don't see them. I see them when they try to talk to me. They try to manipulate me. This is why I don't become friends with people on the internet too much. But anyway, that's all I really got to say about sovereign citizenship. Let me see. I've been talking for like 14 minutes now. Anybody got anything to say? Okay. Going once, going twice. Okay, so now you do not want to be a sovereign citizen. You don't want to be a Moorish, because a Moorish means you're a moron. Okay. All right. If you want to be Moorish, you're a moron. Because I believe that they think they're so uppity in their pride and arrogance. Okay, you know, because they're so-called black. Stop with the blackness. Stop. No one's black anymore. Get out of that. Stop identifying yourself as black. Stop it. Don't do that. Well, as soon as I hear someone who's a Pan-African, okay, you know, like Umar Johnson, I kind of discredit them, all of them individuals. As soon as I hear someone who's religious, I discredit you as well. Because I'm like, didn't you do research on where religion comes from? Didn't you do research on genetics about at least understanding if you're black or white? Did you ever get your test done? I know I got German in my blood, Indian in my blood, and I got African in my blood. So if I got these things in my blood, I am not truly one particular type of race. So get out of that. Get out of that collusion. All right? Other than that, that's all I really got to say, because I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. And I'm on that random times, peoples. I'm on that random times. You ain't gonna find nobody like me on the internet. You're gonna find nobody on the internet like me, okay? Like me. So you just follow me, and if I know you and we talking in the fucking the inbox, okay? Because if I come up to your page and you ignore me, I kind of unfollow you. I block you. It's that simple, because there's some people just looking for attention. I don't look for attention. Okay? I'm unique in my own fashion. Okay? Like I said before, be yourself. Know thyself. It is very more important to know thyself. Sit in a dark room and meditate. Drink nothing but tea. Ayahuasca. Okay? Drink tea. Drink orange lemonade, okay? Or lemonade, okay? Drink something. Take your vitamins. If you don't take vitamins, I really don't communicate with people who don't think about their health as number one. Health over wealth. Health over wealth. Don't listen to Kevin Samuels when he talks about money. And any high value man is not about all the money. You get all the used honey for that. I've met plenty of women who said Basically, oh, they're virgins. And I'm like, they're not virgins because I know how to check for it. The hymen, the two-finger method. Okay, there's many ways of checking for virginity. And then there's some women who say, oh, female vaginas change all the time. And I said, no. You rode a horse? Do you put tampons up inside your pussy? Too much? That don't belong up there. Pickles, cucumbers, dildos, strap-ons. But anyway, that's all I really got to say, guys. I love you all, but it's about many of you. If you got anything to say it. Forever hold your peace. I'm your only friend in the hood, the chosen one on the internet right now. Gen X. All the way. Gen X all the way. So, I've been talking for like 18 minutes now. So, what did you learn about what I talked about in this video? Never to trust anybody, no matter where you go. Always be yourself. Don't be a sovereign citizen or more to be a moron, okay? And value your health over wealth. Y'all never heard of the terminology live free or die trying? Y'all never heard of if life gives you lemons, make babies? Y'all never heard of that? Wow. That's what women do. Before it was turned into if life give you lemons, make lemonade. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. I was like, yo, what the hell is going on here? Now it's lemonade? I remember there was this little nursery rhyme. Though I lay myself down to sleep, I praise the Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray to the Lord my soul to take. They changed that. They changed that little nursery rhyme. I was like, yo, who's changing all these rules and regulations? The DSM, okay, the medical the institutions and mathematics and all definitions be changing. Who the hell is changing all these things? People don't understand that math is not universal. They say language is not universal. Okay, so what the hell? What is this going on? Who's changing these things up? Evolving them. I never see when these things are changed. But of course, I digress here. Other than that, I'm out of here, guys. I love you all, but I despise them in here. I despise them in here. And of course, I'm out of here. I've been talking for like 19 minutes. So, let's see. What else did this say? I was just talking about sovereign citizenship because I was just watching the video. That's all. I couldn't believe how many people was like believing in this nonsense. You're above the law. Wow, dude. I want to see good luck. Never seen a case succeeded. Never seen a case. I tried to look for it on the internet to see anyone who's astute enough or intelligent enough to use that tactic of calling themselves. And I say, if it works one time, I may just try to use it. But it depends on the state you're in, too. So you ain't astute enough and you're not intelligent enough to use your words the correct way. I saw this woman. There was a black woman in the car. I digress here. And she basically got away with murder, man. She was like, yo, the cop came over. They didn't want no issues with her. I think they just let her go. They tried to issue her. See, they call it contracts. Anything with paper is contracts to them. And they tried to give her a citation, okay, with what she did wrong. But she don't believe even. I was like, wondering how she get away with it. She had no driver's license, okay. But she had the specialized card. And it made it, the whole verbatim of it sounds legit. It sounds real, okay. She was showing the card. And she had pulled out this red flag with the 5-point star, okay, the yellow star, like a Chinese. It looked like Chinese, okay. It had 5 points of stars or something on it. And I was like, who are these people? And I said, yo, I want to see what the hell is going on because I'm pretty sure that that's not going to work. Okay. But in that instance, they let her go. They let her go. And I was like, why they let her go? That's weird. The sergeant was there and stuff. They tried to give her the paper and stuff. Basically, they're going to get her later. And sure, her car's going to get towed and everything else. So if a cop issues you a piece of paper, they got it on file and they're going to come after you anyway. They're going to come after you one or two ways. So they trying to do it the nice way. They feel that she had a mental condition. So basically, they probably was just nice and being lenient on her. Lenient, okay? It's very nice. Why they let it go? But anyway, don't become a sovereign citizen. Health over your wealth. As a matter of fact, Jacqueline Lane, before Dr. Sebi, Jacqueline Lane was like 92 years old. And he swam under the Brooklyn Bridge. He was 91 years old. He said the secret to life is juicing your food. Don't you agree? Dr. Sebi talked about electrolytes and alkaline. Okay? And they say he cured AIDS and certain cancers. But, of course, there's some people who just don't want you to know that knowledge. There's a black woman who cured cancer. She found out about it. There's a black woman on the internet. Go look it up. But anyway, I'm out of here, guys. That's enough talking for me. I've been talking for 22 minutes. Other than that, I love you all, but despise many of you. I'm out of here. Peace.